I do think at some point as well, I'm probably going to switch to just streaming on Twitch. But for now, we'll keep the stream alive on Twitch and on YouTube. And in case you can't see these, if they're a little bit small, we've got Krampus, Headless Horseman, Gwen, and King Midas. So 1 for Krampus, 2 for Headless Horseman, 3 for Gwen, and 4 for King Midas. Feel free to vote in the chat if there's something you'd like to see me play. Otherwise, we'll just play something random here. But I think I'm going to play 3 games. Then I'm going to take a shower and go to bed because in about 14 hours, I'm going to be live again with Marvel Snap, with the Marvel Snap Clash tournament. So that is, coming up pretty soon. So I'll definitely want to make sure I am ready for that. And here's something interesting. I don't think that we get the Sharon bonus off of our kidnap. So I might not fire off a kidnap on turn 1. I might wait till I can also use it to pump up a Wizard's Familiar. Though turn 2, I might just go Magic Research on a Wizard's Familiar and try to get a little bit stronger. I'm not sure. But then after that, I think we can start firing off some kidnaps. I knew we were going to win against Sharon. That one's pretty straightforward, but I just wasn't sure if we would get the +2/+1, and I wasn't super excited to steal like a Happy Little Tree or a Kitty Cup Purse or something without any buffs on it. So we will cast the Magic Research now, mostly doing that because we have the extra gold. And that will tick down Cindy. Like, the really cool thing here is Cindy is active now. Oops, let's take these pool numbers off the screen. Cindy's active now with these 3 Magic Research that we have in hand. We'll cast those real quick. So it's just going to take some time to activate her. But I do really love grabbing the early Cindy on Headless Horseman. And we get to keep the +1/+1 that is on the Wizard's Familiar. Grab another one. And then I will probably just grab this Sherwood Sure Shot. You're an extra gold. I think you're just like quoting Towley there. I don't think I'm missing anything. Unless you meant a different your. Let's see. How else could that be interpreted? No, I think you're just flirting with me, effectively. We will pick up a Sure Shot, a second Wizard's Familiar, and cast our first Kidnap. And casting that against Merlin, always pretty good as well. I'm doing good, Davis. I am doing pretty good. I am really excited for the Marvel Snap tournament that I'm going to be playing in tomorrow. And I like the deck that I have landed on for that event. So I'm excited about that. I haven't been super excited about Marvel Snap for a bit now because, and this is a cool shop, but I haven't been excited about Marvel Snap for a bit because of Zabu, which was the $10 card that you had to purchase last month, and I didn't want to. But now that has been significantly nerfed, I think the game's a lot more open. And I'm excited to play and see what we can do. So we grabbed a 6/6 chicken. Yeah, stealing a chicken is good in general, but this chicken's already a 6/6. So I'll feel a little bit guilty if I just sell it. So I think we're just going to be strong right here. Thank you, Davis. Yeah, that's the plan. Want to do well and have fun. The setup of the tournament is really weird. Like, if I knew I was going to play 4 rounds of the tournament regardless, I might just go strictly for fun. However, the way that the tournament is set up, the first round is single elimination. None of the other rounds are single elimination. But the first round, if you lose it, you're done. Once you win that first round, though, then there's a lot more flexibility because then you've automatically made day 2. and you can kind of rest a little bit easier. So it's a little bit of a weird setup with all that, but we shall see how it goes. I'm debating just casting this kidnap now, just to see what treasure we get off of Cindy. If we get like Piggy Bank, that would be interesting. Don't really like any of these treasures. Needle Nose Daggers is good with my royals. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about the format maybe. Well, I don't have to make some in-game decisions here. Sure, let's just go daggers and try to be strong, I suppose. Okay, this is strong. That's very weird. Let's grab it. Sure, I'll do this. The Cursed Throne for the Shorewoods, I think, is kind of a trap. They're just a little bit too small for that to ever really matter, I think. So I'm not going to worry about, because they would have only had 2 attacks. So one of them would have slayed here. But ultimately, I think that just wouldn't have been enough. So we got 2 extra gold. We stole a Sherwood Sure Shot. Okay, now this is something I could get behind a little bit more. Piggy Bank. And when we're already in such an advantageous position, it's 3.2. So Dragon's Nest, I think, is also super tempting. You know what? Let's just go Dragon's Nest. I think this is maybe a little bit safer. We're building a lot of econ. We had a lot of extra gold, which was a big reason to just pick up the piggy bank there. But I think that there's other fun stuff that we can do with our extra gold. Let's grab that. That's probably going to be good for us. Boiling Beaker on Kitty Cup Purse is always the play. And then another mummy. Wow. Now I'm thinking I cut Vampire and just play double mummy. Okay. I think that we are quite strong for the here and now, which is part of the strength of Headless Horseman in general. Yeah, I gotta turn off the tracker. It just doesn't work when I'm also running the untapped tracker. Or when I'm also streaming, maybe there's the computer's getting taxed too heavily. We get the Slay with Kitty Cup Purse. These mummies are going to go berserk as well. So that's really, really nice. Get the win. Keep the prize pig gold. That's 4 extra gold now going into 4.0. I will take a crystal ball. Will I take a Merlin's hat? I think I might take Fancy Pants. Could also toss the Needle Nose Daggers, grab the Merlin's hat, which works well with the Boiling Beaker and the Wizard's Familiar. Yeah, Map is definitely a game changer, and Ball is a game changer. These ones aren't total game changers, but they're strong. I'm going to greed a little bit here and grab the Merlin's hat, toss the daggers there. We do something like this. I might want this, but we still have a lot of cash for this turn. So I think we just roll and potentially buy some XP, potentially buy some dragons. All right, that's free. XP or dragons. Guess we grab this. Yeah, we'll do it like this. And then just give some extra stats to Sure Shot, roll, and not going to lock onto Health Potion. We will just do this. A Vampire in slot 4 is obviously a little bit awkward, but we are just really strong. Yeah, Merlin Hat for the Future Ball is like half of the idea, but the other half of the idea is maybe we can buy some XP on the cheap if we don't find some dragons. So we're rolling for XP and dragons, though. I can also look at different triples and potentially find the crystal ball. Not going to go for Shard of the Ice Queen, I don't think. Yeah, not going to worry about that. This is just such a large sure shot that I think I want to keep rocking that. Okay, we did find a dragon, and it's bigger than Wizard's Familiar still, so let's throw it in here. And now I've got 3 different pairs. Don't really want that. Lightning Bolt's fine, though you can see, like, we can still do 2 more rolls here and potentially find some XP, which is cool. Alrighty. Well, I'm probably just casting Blaze of Glory. And it might be better on Feasting Dragon than it is on Kitty Cutpurse at this point. But I'm going to put it on the kitty. Alrighty. Kind of fell off here, but next turn's 4.2. That's really going to be the deciding factor of which of these directions we take it in. Getting a treasure map on 4.2 is fantastic, so I'm still going to be rolling for Wicked Witches, Prized Pigs, and Dragons, of course. Wow, we didn't grab the sleigh with the Feasting Dragon, but we do grab the sleigh with the Kitty Cutpurse, so that's reasonable, I suppose. I think that we lose this one. Oh, it's close. It's close. It's a tie. Okay. I will take a tie at 37 health still remaining. I am happy enough with the tie. I see a River Wish Mermaid, though I don't think that's what we're doing. I don't care about Baby Dragon. I somewhat like Monster Book, but I think we can do better. Maybe we grab the XP now. Yeah, I think so. It's going to dilute our pool here, but if we can grab something, that would really help. Okay, and now we've got the opportunity to go bounty board with the Dragon's Nest. Probably makes that the play, though there is also the option of Noble Steed tossing the Boiling Beaker. And then we just try to be strong, get to level 6, find a Hercules. I think that that might actually be more consistent. Alright, I'll go Noble Steed, toss Boiling Beaker. We're going to put in our 2020 and then roll for a triple. There we go. That's a really nice triple. Ball we will take, but ball it is not. So I think we grab the Sting, toss one of these 2 things. Let's toss this, lock onto Baba Yaga, and then we've got Baba Yaga Feasting Dragon for a nice little combo next turn. Feasting Dragon should slay against Geppetto, and it does stick alive and does slay, so that's really nice. Kitty Cutpurse also would have got the slay, but it gets attacked into. Honestly, yeah, not a bad setup all around for us. I think we keep the Prized Pig here as well. Yes, we do. Nice, nice. And that was the second place person, and we broke their needle nose daggers. We're kind of killing it right now. We are kind of doing pretty dang well for ourselves. So that's what we're playing for the time being. We lost our Boiling Beaker, so no real... it does give bonus stats to the Wizard's Familiar, too. I guess we do cast this, huh? Alright. And then we're looking for XP, potentially... I mean, I think we take Lancelot here as well. I don't think we play the Prized Pig this turn. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just cast any cantrips because it gives us +2/+2. And that's kind of free. It's a little bit awkward that that's all that we did this turn. Could put it here even, too. This might be enough, but I'll go here. It pays for itself if the Kitty Cutpurse delivers. And, yeah, a little bit of a lackluster turn, I'll say, but we did cast 4 spells for the Wizard's Familiar. Gave that +8/+8. Some stats. Picked up a Baba Yaga to potentially translate some more stats into level 6 as well. So that is the plan. This survives with the +8/+8 that we gave it, though Kitty Cup Purse not going to be big enough to slay, unfortunately. Wizard's Familiar will be big enough to get us a 3-for-1 there. And then we tie the combat. Stay at 38, tying the combat, up in XP. I like our chances right now. And then I think this is a little bit late, but I do still think we just pick up a dragon here. I don't think that we can play the prized pig at this point. I'm interested in these. Actually, this is a little bit weak. We could do something like this. Yeah, maybe that's the play at this point. Okay, I don't hate that. Sure, let's get back up to 40 health. Put some additional attack on the mummy. That'll help keep this prize pig alive. Some more health on the prized pig. Floats some gold into 6.0. This is a little bit weird, a little bit wacky. But I think it's nice. And then, of course, we draw the Feasting Dragon right at the end here. I think I grabbed that. You know what? Let's not play the prized pig. I know that I put 2 gold on it, but we'll just count that as wasted gold, and we'll go for double Feasting Dragon into 6.0. I think that that's a little bit safer. First Feasting Dragon is going to slay. Second one just needs to hit a 50/50, not die to this mummy trigger, and that's +4/+4 to our shop, and we win this combat. This is a fantastic game. So much power from the Headless Horseman. Everything in the shop right now is +7, which is incredible. I'll even go for these Hermes boots. And right now I'm rolling for Good Boys, just like that one. I am going to grab it here. It seems a little bit wonky because we only have 1 good unit, but it's going to pay off eventually. And I'm looking for Hercules. Yeah, all in on Hercules here, hoping that that shows up for sure. But it's not about if it does. It's about when it does. Because Hercules will show up eventually. And when it does, I think we're going to be in a really, really good spot with that. We could pick up some trees. We could sell off a few things here. I also don't think it's reasonable to play a Lightning Dragon and cut the good boy for a second. I like these Green Knights. But I'm going to be rolling for Hercules. And I think that that's slightly better. So I'd have to sell 4 things to grab Hercules right now. And that's just not in the cards. So I could sell 2 things and put in a Medusa. And is Medusa going to be better than Lightning Dragon? I'm not actually convinced that it is. No, I think I like Lightning Dragon, so I'm just going to stick with this. Next turn we'll buy the Hercules, and then we'll use these cards to roll a few more times and grab 1 more good character. But I figured the Lightning Dragon was just still really good at this stage of the game, and trading for an upgraded Mad Mim, I think, definitely justifies my decision-making there. We are going to lose a combat eventually here, which is fine. We still grabbed, I think, 1 more Feasting Dragon trigger. So ultimately, I think we're in a pretty good place. And now we're up against the Ghost. So now I'm definitely keeping the prized pig in. There's some temptation to try to go all in for Hercules, but I think trying to get these Feasting Dragons to slay against the Ghost is also good. I don't know what WT stands for, Super Phoenix. Trying to think, like, something good, right? I just can't get there. WT. I think you're trying to say, like, shout out to Dragon's Nest, right? But it's definitely a really good treasure if that is the tree that you are barking up. I think that it can be quite strong. Oh, World Tree. World Tree Dragon's Nest. Yeah, that's a fun one. I've done that one before. Yeah, that'll definitely be really good. Gives the good boy +5/+5. Could go for Lady of the Lake here. I mean, I'm up against the Ghost. I'm just going to roll and see if we can't find anything better. I don't think we activate this Hercules in one turn, but I think that that's okay. With 31 health, I think that we have got a nice little cushion there. We're slaying with the Feasting Dragon still, 50-50. All right, we missed that one. But Hercules 50-50 to activate this turn as well. And we might even lose the combat this turn, but that would be totally fine. And looks like we're not even going to do so. We are going to win the combat and grab a tier 7 treasure. And that tier 7 treasure is going to be the World Tree. So that is really, really good. It's probably better than Magic Sword +100. Definitely better than Fairy Queen's Wand. Yeah, I think we just go World Tree and then Good Boy gets the stats and then we try to take over the lobby from there. The only question is, do we keep the Noble Steed? Or do we toss that? And with this much health left on our opponents, I mean, this Cursed King could have any number of different things here. Which kind of makes me feel like maybe I will need to go bigger, try to Evil Twin this Hercules. Yeah, you know what? I don't think we need Sting. So let's toss the Sting. And then let's roll for a tier 6 character like Oni Tyrant. Could go Bear Stain plus Croc. I'm not going to worry about that though. Puff Puffs are silly. Let's do Puff Puff stuff. Cool. Yeah, World Tree is just always so good that it is really, really tough to pass up here. And yeah, now we've got Puff Puffs. My opponent stole a Puff Puff, which is a little bit awkward. We might actually take some damage on this fight, but eventually I think we're just going to be way too strong compared to the rest of this lobby. Yeah, we do take some damage here, but we're down to 20. Like, this is totally fine. We just picked up one level 6 character. Could go for a Boom Hilda, but I think we can dream bigger. Lancelot activates immediately, gives us a tier 6 treasure. Might as well grab it, especially considering they gave us the Ghost again. Now, I did sell off my Hercules in all of that excitement, which is a little bit unfortunate. But then I found a Good Boy and an Ashwood Elm, and that should probably just be enough to win the whole dang thing, to be honest. So what are the incentives for picking up one versus the other of them right now? Not sure. So we could grab Embiggening Stone. So I guess I sell this, grab this. I'm not sure if I want Embiggening Stone, but if we get really terrible options, then I guess I'll pick up Embiggening Stone and then grab a second Good Boy. We do have a Medusa on my opponent's side of the field, but we take it out. That's really good, because that Medusa, I didn't want it to take out my Puff Puffs. Not that... Well, actually, my Good Boy surviving for so long is a little bit awkward here. Wait a minute. Oh, I lost against the Ghost. Okay. Well, that's embarrassing. But shouldn't ultimately be a huge deal. And now we can go 9th Book of Merlin plus World Tree, and that is way too strong. So let's do this, and then I'll pick up anything that summons anything. Don't know what my opponent is playing. They were potentially looking at Slay for a second. So we could pick up Soltak, but I'm just going to roll for like Pumpkin. I think would be quite powerful. Monster Book is cute. I think we could still put a Pumpkin on the board though. And then we could also just sell off all 4 of these and grab an Echo Wood, which seems really strong too. Yeah, I'll do that. We've taken some damage these past few fights, but our board is only getting stronger. We even have the opportunity to Exodia going forward. We triple a good boy. Our shops have plus 22 right now. So pretty big shops as well. Just from 11 Feasting Dragon Slays with a Baba Yaga. Or 22 separate slays. So pretty fantastic stuff there. At least one of our good boys gets to attack and gets the Oni Tyrant buff. And that should be enough to take my opponent out here. I guess they do have a Croc. And then they also have a World Tree themselves, though they don't have the Book of Merlin. I don't know. It's going to be closer than I would have thought. Ooh, we scam the Croc. That is a huge, huge scam. Wow. Okay, we get some really, really insane 9th book hits there that allow us to tie the combat. But the fact that that was a tie is actually a little bit scary. Because my opponent was pretty dang strong there. I do think a Fog is quite a good spell. Yeah, the Puffs they're a little bit of a trap, though. We're not staying with them forever. We're just playing them for a moment here, and they're giving us passive stats, and, this is, your health total's a resource. We can afford to lose some health on the way towards greatness here. Like, this turn might sell off one of these Puffs and pick up, well, nothing great actually came out of this turn, unfortunately. We could still find Court Wizard. There's a good boy. Okay. So, we did a whole lot of nothing this turn. But next turn, we get to triple a good boy, potentially grabbing ourselves a Mimic Chest. Maybe could have taken, like, Tweedle. Hopefully I don't get too punished for this, considering last fight was so close. But I think the Fog is pretty good, though we don't know what's in that Croc. If my opponent has some good stuff in their Croc, that could be bad for us. Ooh, they Piggo my good boy. That is awkward. That is definitely awkward. And some less than stellar attacks. We scammed the same unit twice, which is also not great. But we scammed the Croc again. I don't know how we just did that. Oh, we attack wrong. Okay, that's fine. We only take 7. If we attacked into either of those pigs, we tie the combat. But that's fine. Let's grab Exodia. Okay. So now we've got the Exodia comp. And I think we want to roll twice and try to beat Friendly Spirit with something that summons anything. Like Sheeps. That seems good. Do I want this in more combats? Maybe I do. Could still roll and pick up a Court Wizard. I can't pick up a Wombats in Disguise. So I think I'll just end with a Magic Research. If Good Boy gets scammed, we die. Oh, you know what? We have to backline. That was close. We want to backline the Echo Wood because Good Boy might not die. It's 62-62. This Good Boy is a little bit too big. I maybe even should have... No, this is fine. This is fine. Just don't want the Peep to get scammed, and I don't want that Good Boy to get scammed. But short of that, I think that we are looking really strong. Maybe we'll eventually figure out what is inside my opponent's Croc, but hopefully that's something that we never have to know. That's what I'm banking on. Okay, we are going to figure it out, and it is a pumpkin, so this is going to be scam versus scam here at the end of the day, though we have a few more spells coming out for us. My opponent also has, obviously, a full board of fun stuff here for us, too. A bunch of earthquakes take out my opponent several times over. Wow, this is a really, really close combat, and we do eventually get the win. So that's our first win up against this opponent. We are really taking him to task here, but this is only going to improve for us. Now, we could go for Tweedle. Could also go for Copycat. Yeah. So what Copycat does is it also casts 4 spells, which is obviously quite strong. You could also do something crazy like this. I think this might be too greedy. Court Wizard's still a big game. Yeah, we definitely want a pumpkin. I think I'm going to go back to this. And then just Piggo once. Let's see how this does for us. They Piggo our Oni. Yeah, Magic Beans are also really, really spectacular. 50-50, they attack into the Copycat here. Let's see. If we win this 50, wow, this is huge. This Copycat is fantastic as long as it doesn't get Piggoed right here, and it doesn't. So it gets to attack, and then this will cast so many spells for us, because it's going to summon 3 sheep that each cast 4 spells. Each cast 2 spells, rather. Apologies. And then it also is just casting spells, because each of these things cast 2 spells. So really great stuff. I think we'll be able to beat 1 pumpkin, and we will be able to do so. Now, we do have to do this again. This is quite the finals here, but I like the position that we have found ourselves in. I think I'm going to grab some pigs, some big pigs. Love to find a Lordy or a pumpkin. Could even backline the Oni Tyrant, frontline the Echo Wood. I think I will grab a Princess Peep. I think that all of these summons are just going to be really high impact usefulness. See an Ashwood Elm. I think I'm going to roll. I do like the Magic Beans suggestion. Not doing much with that. Let's roll again. Sell off a Puff Puff and roll one final time, and then we will have to stop. I could move some things around, but I think that this is going to be good. And I also don't remember the Copycat ordering, like which of these things will trigger first, but either way, we're only summoning 3 things here off the Copycat. It's 3 things plus 4 spells. Only summons 2 things, actually, because the Copycat did not even die. So that's funny. But I think this is still probably enough. This is a crazy, crazy finals, but we're just casting way too many spells that I don't think my opponent is going to be able to do anything about it. This is actually one of the first times. We still have to get through this croc, by the way. And the pumpkin that lives inside of it, but I think that we're good. And this is one of the first times that I've ever used a Copycat on the Exodia comp. Typically, I don't wind up finding Copycat, I wind up finding other stuff. But it's cool to have to make use of this. And obviously, we are winning this here, though we need one of these to crack open to kill my opponent. And that did not happen. So that is really funny, though my opponent is going to throw in the towel on that final fight. Really good game, really good way to kick off the stream as well. That was a lot of fun. That's going to be it for me today. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, don't forget you can also catch me live streaming both on YouTube and on Twitch for now, though to be safe, you want to find me on Twitch, and then you can also find my live streams on Discord as well. I'll have access to all of those on there, and just some more info about where to find me. But that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.